For our next adventure, we take the jet sled downriver about 20 miles where the fish are brighter. The three of us fished this hole until noon and caught so many fish that we were just tired of catching fish and went to have lunch. And the day before I had asked for a box lunch so that we didn't have to go back for lunch. And I went back to open up my lunch, which I thought was going to be in a bag or a lunchbox, and it was in a brightly polished wood box, and it had a bowl of cold borscht in it. It was a real surprise.
And he wants to go for another run. One more run. That was a shorter run, though. I think he's getting tired. His temperature's low.
Yeah, water temperature is about 38 degrees here.
Is that what it is? So
yep.
That's not bad. Must be some warm water coming out of that tributary. And hooked right from the top of the mouth. And he's a right fine looking fish. Nice fish.
Yes, indeed.
This is about the average of what we catch. Day in and day out. And we'll send him back for another day. Thank you, Guy.
You bet. We got the camera up. We're downriver a few miles today, and these fish tend to be a little brighter than the upper river fish.
I mean, biggest rainbow I've never fished a really big.
Double!
Running upriver now. Got his nose turned. That's a smaller fish. Very weak, bright. Solid as a rock.
Looks like we're into a pocket of these little bright ones.
Yeah.
One of these guys is going to hit a hog here in a minute.
I would say Jerry's going to hit the hog because usually the smaller ones are down below picking up the scratch.
Well, I don't agree with that.
No?
No, we caught a 28 by 19 down below where you're standing.
Is that right? Well, my biggest fish so far is 29 by 15. Oh, they went to Harlequin.
Yeah.
Got them in.
I saw him whipping in there.
Good fish, Doc. Nice, heavy, fat, good bob. For you. Nice fish. Shapanova River Rainbow.
Smile. Beautiful
Give
fish.
a little drink here. All right, good. You keep them hooked.
Just the one we've been looking for. Yeah, he's keeping his nose down. Good fish. One of them clones. They're all big. Oh, pretty. There's one. Fish on.
That's what I get for following the duck.
Yeah, were you actually filming when that hit?
Well, when I followed the duck past you and then the fish struck.
Yeah.
They always catch you off guard like that.
He's shaking his head. They're rolling down there. Look at him shake his head.
Like a heavy fish.
Yeah, he was rolling real well. I haven't seen him yet. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized fish. One of them 5 or 6 pounders. It groups them up when they get out there and they get all sideways in that current. You know, they're just pulling like crazy on you.
Yeah.
All you do is you pull sideways the other
Oh,
direction.
yeah, no, I know the lateral motion, but I've seen you actually give them slack when you do that.
Yeah, it just screws them up. You know, I mean, all of a sudden they lose their position in the current.
I saw quite a few like that for some reason. Looks like a post spawner maybe.
Yeah.
They're starting to recover and still a little scarred up from that.
Yeah. coming up off the bottom to that mini tip because I'm not getting anywhere near bottom out there, and that means the water temperature is up warm enough to where they are moving a little.
Well, I think when it's higher too, they can see it a lot better because it's silhouetting against the sky.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. It seems like each day that we have really good luck, the water is close to 40 degrees, 38 to 40 degrees. When it's been down around 32, we don't do as well. We really have to work hard for them.
where were we at?
I mean, just attacked it. Must have been coming from across it. Jesus. Man alive, that fish was coming from the center of the river going towards dock and just slammed it. Amazing. They're on the move today.
Oh yeah.
All right. Come right over to the camera. Well, he sees the bear and he went out.
Well, for our next big adventure, we would mount up in the helicopter again, me in the cockpit between the pilot and co-pilot, sitting on my clipboard. And then we would fly to Lake Karnofsky,
in the side of the tongue.
and from there back down to Gluknoy Creek, where we would be the first Americans or Westerners to ever catch a fish out of that creek.
Upper? Yes, sir. We're going to some lake to fish for big char today.
Okay. Karnofsky.
What is it, Harnofsky? Karnofsky.
I thought you don't pronounce it. Okay. Hi, Jim.
How you doing there?
Real good. Yeah, we got this guy's gonna bribe the helicopter pilots to fly real smooth today.
Yay.
We're going to spot a few bears?
We hope so.
Then we'll have to fly fast.
As long as we're from the helicopter, we don't care.
Hey, look! It's Andy.
We're the largest char in the world. They're this big.
You assume, but not knowing.
Michael,
Here, tell them
let's
how long it really is now.
let's be.
You're
let's
about the
be
one-armed
real.
fisherman, didn't you? Went into a bar and
Michael,
said how I
let's be real.
fished. This big.
There, much better. This big.
No, we've been told they're long.
This
We're
big.
assuming without knowing.
As long as
Your understanding.
My understanding is,
They're this big,
And the sun's
but
also gone.
but
in
they're
reality, they're this big.
Yep.
Hey, look who's there.
The backup.
The conversation about keeping the helicopter flying flat and smooth today was directed at me because the previous time we went up, I was inciting the pilots to follow the bears and follow the caribou and circle the waterfalls. And dipping and diving, unbeknownst to me, made a lot of our passengers sick. So they asked that I not do that next time.
и спускается она до нуля. Поэтому рыба из океана подняться не может.
We are now 400 meters above the ocean. So the fish can't go up the river.
Лосося, нерка, непроходная нерка, так называемая кокани.
And one species is sockeye, but it's a particular species of sockeye, a so-called kokanee.
Да, два вида гольца. Голец белый, самый крупный, до 8 килограмм весом.
The char, a so-called white char, the biggest char, its weight is about 8 kilograms, and kokanee.
И второй вид гольца, большеголовый голец.
And the second species is so-called big-headed char. Well, and it's possible that you can catch a mountain char. But
most everybody spread out along the north bank of the Karnowski Lake, and the park ranger said, Jerry, he says, jump back in the helicopter and I'll fly you on the other side of the lake and go up and go out on the ice, right on the edge. He says often the fish will come out from under the ice looking for food. And so that's what we did. We jumped in and flew over the river and landed on the other side. I'm filming out of the open door on the side of the helicopter, and you'll notice that the co-pilot always jumps out and checks the landing support for the wheels before he lets off the weight onto the wheels.
Park ranger here, he said that the fish come out from underneath the ice, so I tried to go out.
Well, we are all now loaded back up in the helicopter and headed for Gluknoy Creek in the Geyser Valley to fish some char that no Westerners ever fished before. Well, as you notice here, the co-pilot jumps out into the deep snow on Gluknoy Creek to ensure that we are on firm landing ground, because if you tip sideways, you can't take off. So he's very, very careful about moving him up and down and then pounding the wheels into the snow to ensure that we have good firm setting and that the helicopter will set flat when he lets the weight off of the props.
I slept all the way here, so I don't know where the hell we are. Actually, I do know where we're at. Come on, where the guys are.
Fish galore.
Well, it's my understanding that there's some of the world's biggest char in this little stream. But they're very elusive fish.
Where is it that we are?
At think the Valley of the Geysers is just up over here, because I remember seeing this area when we were coming back from the geysers. There was that hot springs somewhere right over here.
I seen steam coming right up there, just a little right up
we
there.
Went past that spot on the way back from the geysers. Wasn't very far.
My guess is this is probably the first time an American's ever put a fishing line in this water.
Another observation here, maybe one of the helicopter pilots out there can tell me why, but when we land anywhere near a river, a creek, or lakes, they always land with the tail out over the river. When we land on the islands up the Shaponama River, they would have the tail hanging out.
Here's Andre's first fly fishing lesson, instructed by G. Loomis. Alright, we gotta see some snow plunges here pretty quick. There, you go down a little. Okay, they're coming to the treacherous section. Come on. Down you go. Any second now. There goes Jim. There he goes again.
Little more if we can. Some big-headed
They're really enjoying this plod through the snow.
Oh, geez. Watch Wait a minute. Just wait a minute.
So much fun to watch grown men crawl.
Okay, he's up. He's up. He's down. He's up.
This is our park ranger. Railing. And he's running back underneath. I'm standing on a ledge is what I'm doing, and he's back underneath of it. And I'm trying to wear him out and see if I can pull him up over it here. As you can see, he's trying to go back underneath the ice. This ice edge. The reason the water is... Ay, 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 ay.
Isn't it?
Ay, ay, ay.
Не вижу. О!
Что там такое? Кит какой-то. Надо заведешь.
О! Отойди, Костя.
Ох, хороший.
It looks like a big char. It's got a nasty mouth on it. And a hook on its jaw. His jaw has a giant hook, almost looks prehistoric. It has red dots or orange dots on it. And they're real soft, but their fins are orange.
Very good. Big fish.
Thank you. Put him back.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes away. Yeah, I got my first fish in the Valley of the Geysers here. My friends, he's the park ranger, showed us right where to go.
Well, the rangers and I had tromped our way through the snow about a quarter-mile upstream to catch our fish. And when it came time to leave, the helicopter just came to us and hovered right over the top of us at about 5 feet above the snow. I hung it onto my hat with one hand, threw my rod in the door, and jumped up into the helicopter door. Rangers followed, and away we went. Well, we flew from Gluknoy Creek out to the ocean, and then up the Shaponova River to our camp, picked up our gear, and flew back to Yelizava for a 2 to 3 day stay in Yelizava and touring Petropavlov, and then headed home. In Yelizava, we stayed in Anatoly's hotel here, and in the top picture you see a pipeline going to the hotel. It was the hot water was piped in from the geothermal, and any leaks in the pipe had piles of ice that were as big as a house.